Hi, my name is Crystal Walcott. I work at Community Mental Health, and I work with multiple people in different ranges of abilities, whether it's mental health, it could be intellectual disability, and it could be developmental disabilities, anywhere from birth on up. We service all of them. The biggest thing that CMH provides for people is services like case management, so I help my clients line up resources that they might need within the community, help them complete applications that may be confusing or frustrating for them to get through. We also have psychiatric services and these are all paid for by Medicaid. So cuts to these means these aren't available for people that live on possible Social Security of $914 a month. So $914 a month is what they live on if they're lucky enough to get Social Security. We offer different variety of therapy options, whether it's outpatient therapy for adults, we have in-home therapy for families, we offer group skills-based therapies for different reasons. We also have supportive employment, so we have people that are trying to find jobs but they're not able to locate them, they're frustrated with trying to find something that fits within what their abilities are or is able to work with them. We have people that help with that service, which is also paid for through Medicaid. We pay for people's hospitalizations, whether it's for mental health, mental illness, or substance use disorder. Those are often paid for through Medicaid dollars. We provide community living supports. These are people that come into our clients' homes and provide small things to help out with maybe house cleaning, cooking, meal preparation, getting to the stores, shopping within a budget. All that type of stuff is provided to them through the cost of Medicaid. And that allows them to be able to live as independently as possible. If they're not able to live independently, there's adult foster care, again, paid for through Medicaid. And this provides a safe home for people to live in case, they don't have relatives they can lean on, or they don't have the ability to live on their own with just the community living supports. They need 24/7 care. We also provide support to begin ABA services. So children that have an autistic disability, they can get ABA services to help them learn how to live within the rules of society. It's not something that may necessarily come easily to them, and this helps them kind of learn what to expect in society. We also help people line up transportation. So one thing Medicaid still provides for people is transportation to and from medical appointments. That can be really hard to go through. There's an app that's available that's great if you know how to run apps, but not all of our people do. So I've been on the phone one time with the Medicaid provider for about 15-20 minutes. About 10 minutes of that was saying operator or representative to get past all of their computer, which doesn't understand anything you say, and then to finally line up the ride for the person. And so this is provided through their Medicaid costs and their Medicaid insurance, and that gives them access to their community for the appointments that they need, whether it's mental health, physical health, anything along that lines. We also offer parenting classes for parents that may be struggling with things like childhood trauma or just like learning how to parent maybe a child that they don't understand very well. So that's available to them. There's a lot of other services that are offered through CMH that our people benefit from. I have worked with people recently that have been put basically on hold with Medicaid because they didn't want to pay for services if their funding was going to get cut. So when they needed surgery, because the doctor says, hey, you need this EEG scan or something like that, and they line it up, and then Medicaid's like, oh, we're not going to pay for that right now. And so even though they're having issues where they need to have a brain scan, Medicaid said, well, you're not dying, so we're not going to pay for it. The doctor says it's needed, but it doesn't matter because Medicaid won't pay for it, so they're stuck waiting. This happens with dental procedures as well. They're stuck waiting because Medicaid doesn't know if they're going to get the funds or not because everything gets frozen and put on hold. And they're like, well, we can't really pay for services if we don't have the funds to pay for them. So unless it is life or death issue, they put the people on the side. Another benefit that we do help with is helping people sign up for Social Security and the SNAP food benefits. And I have people that rely solely on SNAP food benefits for their food budget. Like that, there is no other income. I mean, especially if you're on Social Security making $914 a month. Like I can't imagine living on $914 a month. And then you're trying to get food in there too. It's just too hard. They don't get a whole lot for the food stamps, but it helps a little bit. And then they use the resources that we have in this community. We're really lucky to have as many resources as we do in Isabella County. But there's going to be a point where people who didn't need to use it before are now going to be using it, plus the people that used it regularly before will use it, and it's going to exhaust our resources. There's only so much that people can donate, especially as times get tougher. And so that's another thing that is concerning, is the cuts to food stamps will extremely limit what they're able to do, and they'll be relying more on the food banks and the soup kitchen to meet their nutritional needs. But yeah, it's super frustrating to try to help. And I had a person call me the other day and they're like, I don't know what to do. And I said, I don't have any other resources for you. I said, here's your federal senators and congressmen. Please call them and let them know this is where you're at and this is what you're faced with deciding on. And I've had people take me up on that, and other people are like, no, I don't know how to, like, that's just so intimidating for them, and I get it. So hopefully, you know, that they won't cut those funds. But thank you.